Hello guys, you welcome back. So in this video I'm going to be talking about the simple breakout strategy. So in this simple breakout strategy we're going to be looking at just 4 rules, in order for you to confirm a breakout strategy. One of them is, one, you draw a boundary box on the breakout candle. 2, you wait for the price to make a retest. And also I'm going to be talking about how you can set your stop loss and your take profit. Okay, so let's go to our chart and see how all of this play out. Okay, so basically I'm on a gold chart analysis. So what I want to do is I'm going to be showing us a practical example of how the simple breakout strategy works. Okay, so first and foremost we want to look at an example somewhere here. So our first rule says that we need to draw a boundary box on the breakout candle. So what that means is, let's assume we there is a particular trade that, or let's assume a trade is currently ranging, and what I mean by ranging, when the market is neither moving significantly upwards or significantly downwards. It's just going in a choppy manner, just like my cursor says. Okay, so let's try to check for an example of that on these charts. Okay, I think we have something right here. Okay, so I'll draw my boundary box. So this is an example of a choppy movement. Okay, this is an example of a choppy movement. Okay, so this is an example of a choppy movement. So let me zoom into that. Okay, so now the market ranged from this point. It's created a range. It's ranged. This is a ranging movement, and then you have a long candle that breaks out of this region, this boundary box, this long candle. So what you want to do is, in order for you not to get faked out, what you want to do is, you're going to draw, just like our first rule, we're going to draw a boundary box on the breakout candle. So this long candle that broke beyond our boundary box is the breakout candle. So let's draw a boundary box within that breakout candle. So I will draw another boundary box, and I'm going to draw it something like this. Okay, I can change the color to whatever color I want. So let's change the color. Let me reduce the opacity. Okay, let me zoom it in for us to see. So this yellow boundary box is drawn from the wick of the breakout candle to the bottom wick, from the top wick of the breakout candle to the bottom wick of the breakout candle. So I've drawn it. So one of the purpose of this is, if you are to place a trade, for example, a lot of beginners make this mistake. They usually enter the trade at this point, which is very, very wrong, because if you're entering the trade at this particular point, you might get stopped out, because your stop loss might be placed maybe 5 pips or somewhere above the breakout candle. But anyways, in order for you not to get faked out, what you want to do is, you want to draw another boundary box on the breakout candle, which we just did, representing the yellow boundary box. So once the price breaks out, then we can see in this example the price goes up and started ranging again. So the purpose of drawing this yellow candle is to watch the price go back, retest into this this region. So what this candle did, you can see after it breaks out, a green candle appears, another red candle, a green candle, then it goes up to this level before it finally breaks out. So what you want to do is you want to set your entry at this point, somewhere here. So let me highlight that. You want to set your take profits. Sorry. Let me delete that. You want to set your take profit to somewhere along this region. Okay, you want to set your take profit somewhere along this region. So let's look at our rules again. So the second rule says wait for the price to make a retest. So once it breaks out, you're not going to make any decision yet. Then you watch the price to retest this region. That's the region of your the zone within your breakout candle. This is the breakout candle. So it has made a retest. Then what happens? It came down like this. So you want to put your entry to somewhere here, a little, like 2 to 5 pips below the second breakout. So you want to take your entry, and you can place your stop loss. You can put your targets. Let's see, since it's a sell position, so I'm going to use short. So you can place your stop loss, somewhere here, like 5 pips above the breakout candle, and and your target will be somewhere here. So let's say you can have your first take profit somewhere here. So you have to really reference it from this point. For example, you can reference it from this point. You can see from this point. So you might want to put your take profit to somewhere here. So you can see from this week here to this week, it started going back up. So if you place your TP1 to somewhere here, you will still make your profit. So that's how to do it. So then this third rule, setting your stop loss and setting your take profit. That's what I just explained. So you set your stop loss, at a significant high that's a little bit above the breakout candle, and your target should correspond with, a significant a reference point on any chart, that you feel like, such as this. So you can see. So I'll go through the strategy again. First of all, you want to draw a boundary box. Then once you see a breakout candle, what you want to do is you want to wait for the candle, the price, to retest within the region of the breakout candle. Okay, once it retest, then you wait for the candle to finally break out. Then you take your setup, you take your entry. So let's look for another example. Okay, let's check for some other example. Let's check for some other example. Okay, anyways, this is another example. So this is a let me draw this. Okay, we can see here the markets started ranging. So this is how you draw your boundary box. It's ranged. Okay, there was a range in here, and then this is your breakout candle. Okay, the market's ranged for a while. It's ranged, and there was a breakout candle. So what you want to do is you want to draw another boundary box on your breakout candle. So you can put it here. You can draw another breakout candle. You can change the color to, like, say, green. So now what happens is that after the price broke through this region, let me draw this very well. So what happened is that after the candle broke through this yellow boundary region, it came back to make a retest into this zone, before finally going down. So what you want to do is you want to set your entry. You want to put your entry to be somewhere at this point. Okay, somewhere at this point. Then let me do that for a proper setup. So you want to put your entry to be somewhere here, and your stop loss somewhere here, then your targets here. And how do you set your targets? You want to put your targets, you want to make it to be on a significant reference point on the chart, or you can look for a major key level. So this is it. This is the strategy. You draw a boundary box, you wait for the breakout, then you wait for the breakout candle, then after you must have seen the breakout candle, you draw a boundary box around it, then you wait for it to retest, then you make your entry. So your entry will be somewhere at this point. Then you set your stop loss a little bit above the breakout candle, and your targets at the reference point anywhere on the chart. Okay, so thank you for joining me. Although, okay, before I round up, although the retest doesn't always happen all of the time, okay, in a breakout situation, but it is always very important, and it is always very safer for you as a professional trader to always have patience, to wait for the market or the price to act before you make your entry. Okay, so there is no need for you to be in haste in order for you to make your entry. So thank you for joining me, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.